structure. Project structure. In this project structure, in this session we are going to understand the concepts. What is your project system organization? What is project structure? Definition and coding of your project. What is the data flow in your PS system and integration with your investment management? After defining project structure and project definition, we'll take up that investment management. The previous session also we have discussed where we are using this project system. I'm just muting you. So if any doubts, you can unmute yourself and questions. I'm getting some noise from your side. So project system is mainly used for tracing any big investment carried out over a long or short duration and any processing which takes longer time, efforts and money, and it needs to be monitored and controlled. And projects can be classified into revenue projects and expenses projects. So this is broadly where we are using this PS module. If you are going for any investment where it takes more time, right? So in any organization, many tasks will be there. Examples, you are constructing something or you are installing a large machinery. So in that cases, we can use this project systems. So this project organization is the prima facie, prime and foremost step in your project structure. Okay? So examples. What is revenue projects and what is expenses project? As we have said it, classified two types of projects. So revenue projects, project executed by the company for others as a business can be termed as a revenue project. You are constructing something for other purpose, just like a third party contract you are taking. Then for generating revenue. So commissioning of boiler or turbine or constructing of a building for other as a main revenue. So the revenue projects, both cost and revenues are traced and monitored. So milestones are triggered to monitor the payments. So in case of revenue is generating it, so up to this work, if 20% of the work is over, you will get some amount. 30% of the work is over, you will get some amount. Those we can call it as a milestone. Right? Then revenue projects with sales order we are having. So after getting sales order only we will start this project. Sales order means from the customer you are getting that you have to build this one or you are constructing this one. The revenue projects are normally triggered by your sales order. So for each sales order there will be projects and subsequent WBS element with network. What is WBS element? What is network? We are going to discuss in the next 10 minutes. So there are part of your organization, project system organization, WBS element network. So this is how we can classify the revenue projects. When it comes to expenses project, so projects executed by the company for their own organization can be called as a expense project. They are constructing their own generator room. They are investing something on your asset. So capital, any capital or asset procurement. So capital investments can be handled through internal order or through project system. So internal order is a concept in controlling module in FSCO module. So for small investments, we can use expenditure level analysis by using this internal order, or this is an alternative, or you can use also in PS. Either you can use in PS, you can use in internal order, which is part of your FSCO module. So PS is used to have more transparency and controls in any capital investment. So when compared to internal order, PS module will be having more transparency and controls in any capital investment. Now we are going to discuss. So what is project structure? So project structure is the collection of substructural elements representing the hierarchical view of the project. Project structure is the collection of substructural elements representing the hierarchical view of the project. Following our essential structure put together in a hierarchical view in the form of project system, project structure. One is work breakdown structure, another one is network or activity, another one is milestones. So these are a part of your project structure. All these are part of your project structure. So normally the PS module is having these parameters, right? So first we are defining a project definition. We are defining a project and WBS means networks and activities, right? So these PS module parameters will be made just like organization structure in FSU module, SD module, MM module. Here, there is no specific organization structure or independent organization structure. There is no independent organization structure for PS module like SD and MM. The PS parameters are assigned to the existing organization unit at different levels. Right? There is no independent organization structure for PS module like SD and MM. The PS parameters are assigned to the existing organization unit at different levels. So what are those existing organization unit the PS module will use and at what level we can assign this PS, right? So here the project definition. So out of all these project structures, so first we are going to define the project. So what is the project definition? First I will explain what is the project definition. Whenever we are defining a project, so project definition is the process of defining the project with its objective. So we are giving some what the purpose of this project in this project definition. So accounting information and logistics related information also we are adding here. Okay. Project is project definition. What we are doing in project definition is project definition. It is a process of so this Excel sheet also I will share later. No need to write down. Project is a process of defining the project. So the project definition, process of defining the projects with its objective. That's the main objective of this project. Not only objective and accounting information which is related to FSCO module and logistics information which is related to MM and SD module. With all these information we are defining a project. Here what information we are using from accounting and what information we are using from logistics module. When it comes to accounting information, so what information we are using? The basic organization structure of your FSCO module we are using. One is controlling area is important organization unit, company code, business area, plant, location, profit center, currency, budget profile. I will explain one by one what is all the things. Just I will brief you. Interest calculation profile, interest calculation profile, planning profile, investment profile, and another important is result analysis. Key result analysis key. So these are all important FSCO organizational units. What we are using in PS module. First we will discuss what is controlling area. So controlling area is for internal reporting to FSCO module. It is one of the organizational unit. For each and every company code, we must assign one controlling area. Then what is company code then? Company code is a legal identity registered under Companies Act. You can create a company code in SAP. In SAP terminologies. Whatever we are calling as company outside in SAP, we call it as a company code. So company code is for external reporting purpose. At this level, we are preparing trial balance, profit and loss account and balance sheet. Controlling area is an internal reporting purpose. At this level, we are analyzing the data for internal reporting purpose, internal management purpose. And what is business area then? Business area is nothing but a branch. Hyderabad one business area, Chennai one business area. Like that, you can create a business area and FSCO module. Plant. What is plant? So plant is also we can use in logistics modules. And plant is a location where goods and services are provided. Goods are manufactured and services are provided. That you can create it as a plant. So location, so it may be storage location. Under plant, you can create any number of storage location. For raw materials, one storage location. For semi-finished goods, one storage location. For finished goods, one storage location. Another organization unit is profit center. What is profit center? So profit center is, we can divide, there is no hard and fast rules. The definition of the profit center in SAP is where your client wants to analyze the revenues, that you can create it as a profit center. Where you can identify the revenue, that you can create it as a profit center. So cost center is also there. Another word we are using, cost center. So cost center is for cost analysis purpose. Departments you can call it as a cost center. Departments you can call it as a cost center. This is the terminology in controlling module we are using. Cost center is nothing but a department. To analyze the department-wise expenditure, we create it as a cost center. Then what is this profit center? In profit center, you can analyze both revenues as well as cost. In cost center, we can only analyze the cost, whereas in profit center, we can analyze both revenues and cost. So this is also for internal reporting purpose only, internal analysis purpose only. Assume your client is a pharmaceutical company. They are manufacturing two different products. One is paracetamol drug, another one is cancer drug. So paracetamol you can create as one profit center, cancer also you can create as another profit center. At paracetamol profit center, what is the revenues and cost? And for cancer profit center, what is the revenues and cost? So that you can analyze by using this profit center accounting. In general, this profit center we call it as the SBUs. SBU means strategic business units, where your clients wants to analyze your revenues and cost, that you can create it as a profit center. So currency is, in which currency you are going to analyze. So we are using different currencies in SAP. Company code currency is different. Controlling area currency may be different. Controlling area currency is for internal reporting currency. Company code is for external reporting. Assume your company code is incorporated in India, we will use INR as company code currency. If the group currency or parent company, group company or parent company is there in America, then controlling area currency may be in USD. Company code currency may be different, controlling area currency may be different, and another word we are using, object currency or document currency. You are paying something in different currency, it may be euro. So different types of conversions are there. So by using conversion rate, how the documents are posting in SAP. So that is concept here in currency. With any currency, you can analyze the data here. Budget profile. It is another ID that by using this budget profile, we can do budgeting. Okay? So for maybe an internal order or it may be a project. So what will be the budget? So budget profile determines some parameters. For how many years we are budgeting. For the past 1 year, future 2 years, and it also includes current year. Okay? And you can add the budget, supplement the budget, return budget. So all these things are determined by your budget profile. Some terms and conditions, some features, some parameter values we are maintaining for this budget profile. Next one is interest calculation profile. How the interest will be calculated? If there is any term term loans if you are receiving from banks or if you are giving any interest loans, then all the interest calculation is configured by using this interest calculation profile. Another one is planning profile. So budgeting is different, planning is different. Budgeting we will do annually for this year, next 2 years cycle. But planning we are doing cost element wise at item level. What is cost element level? Cost element is nothing but your GL account, general ledger account. In FI we call it as a GL account, salaries, wages, rent. The same GL accounts in controlling we call it as a cost element. Not all the GL accounts. Only profit and loss account GL accounts only we call it as a cost element. Cost element doesn't mean only cost. It also represents revenues. Profit and loss account both debit items and credit items. We call it as a cost elements. So by using these cost elements, we are doing what is the salaries for the next 1 month, next 1 year for this order or for this project. What is the rent for this order or for this project? What is the wages? So this element wise we are going to plan periodically. Periodically at order level or project level by using these elements if you are planning, then that we call this planning. So all these are determined by your planning profile. So the planned value should not be more than budget value. Budget is total level, annual level, yearly. So planning is periodically by using cost elements we will do at object level. Object level means your object may be an internal order, may be a project system. Okay? Investment profile. So investment profile is again related to investment management. Okay? So this is also determined some default parameters. So we are going to assign this investment profile to your project or order. Depends on what we are doing. So it is also having some default parameters. So which is assigned to either order or project investment profile. Either you can create in controlling module or you can create in project systems also. The separate path is there for investment profile. And another one is result analysis kit. I am just introducing the terminology. Whenever we are creating all these organizational units, I will again give explanation in detail. So result analysis kit. Right? So whenever we are calculating work in progress, if you are doing manufacturing, then at that time we call it as a work in progress. Work in progress is pending cost, pending work, cost of your pending work. We call it as a work in progress. To calculate that work in progress, we are creating one key. So then that we call it as a work in progress. The same thing. So after getting sales order, you are manufacturing. The same concept. We will use this word work in progress if you are manufacturing on your own and you are selling later. You are keeping it as a stock and you are selling later. Then that we call it as a work in progress. Then we will use the word result analysis. When we will use this word result analysis, after getting customer order only, you start manufacturing. After getting customer order only, you start manufacturing, and during the period and process, in the month and procedures, every month. So what is the status of your sales order? What is the status of your sales order? At this level, what is your cost of sales? What is your cost of goods manufactured? So what is your net profit? What is your gross profit? All these we are going to analyze by using this result analysis kit. All these we are going to analyze by using result analysis scheme. We will use the result analysis if it is a sales order related manufacturing process. We will use the work in progress if it is manufacturing on our own. Right? Slight difference is concept is same. So cost center we have discussed. It's a department. Cost center is nothing but a department. So what is your cost? At each department level, you can create production department as one cost center, admin department as one cost center. We can analyze the data, we can plan, we can post actuals, we can do the variance analysis also. So all these are different organizational elements, organizational units from FICO module, from accounting information we are using in our PS module. We are defining a project in SAP PS module by using these organizational units, which are, as there is no independent organization structure for PS, we are using from other modules. So another information we are using related to logistics information. What is the logistics module information we are using here? One is network profile. Another one is WBS scheduling profile. WBS scheduling profile. Next one is person responsible. The information we are using. Starting date of the project, ending date of the project. Start and end date. Factory calendar. Time unit. So these are information which are linked to your logistics information. So we are going to create network profile. So what is network also we are discussing later. And WBS scheduling profile. Work breakdown structure. The total work we are dividing, classifying into different milestones or different milestones we can call it. So then that we call it the work breakdown structure. And we are creating one profile for that, and who is responsible for this project, when to start, when to end. Factory calendar determines what is your working days, what is your public holidays. You can use a SAP standard factory calendar, or you can use our own factory calendar. And time unit, how you will measure the time in hours, in minutes, in seconds. So all this is related to logistics information. Okay? So by using all this information, right, we are defining the project. In the definition of the project, it's a process of defining the project with its objective. We are maintaining some objective. Why we are doing this project? With its some objective, and with also accounting information and logistics information also we will maintain in this project definition. Okay? So now this is one important concept. So this is project definition. So later we are going to discuss all these things. So this is what we are discussing now. For that we want to just discuss the previous class we have discussed. I'll quickly go through this project structure. So WBS is a model of a project, and it shows the activities related to the projects to be executed in a hierarchical form. Work breakdown structure. We are classifying the total work into different activities, and it is executed in a hierarchical form. So WBS is the functional basis for further plan and steps in a project. WBS is the functional basis for further planning steps in a project. So this is total WBS structure, how it is showing in a hierarchical format. So we are defining the project definition. So it includes this work breakdown structure and WBS elements in a hierarchical form. So what is network then? So network represents the flow of project or task within the project. The network represents the flow of project or tasks within the project. So all project related activities are linked in a chain using relationship to form a network. So in a chain relationship to form a network. All flow of activities are linked in a chain using relationship to form a network. So using network is possible to schedule the project. Means how many months it will take, how many years it will take, what is the starting date, what is the ending date, and perform capacity planning. And also we are doing planning for this project and we are procuring the items based on these activities. So activities are different types: internal processing, external processing, cost and service related, general cost activities, and reference dates from activity. Starting date of this activity, ending date of this activities also we can configure. And what are the milestones? Milestones are the events that are particular significance or importance to the project flow. Milestones are assigned individual WBS element or network activities. Milestones are assigned individual WBS elements or network activities. Milestone triggers a particular action when appropriate event is reached. When this is over, then automatically milestones trigger a particular action. I'm just introducing PS terminology. In detail we are going to discuss when we are defining all these things. First we are defining the project. So the project definition contains default values and profile data for the WBS elements. The basic dates for entire project, what is the starting date, what is the ending date, and the planning parameters for the cost, and dates are stored at the project definition level. So the project definition is form of a frame for the project. Project definition is form of a frame for the project. So WBS elements form the operative basis of a work breakdown structure. WBS element form the operative, how the project is going to be executed is determined by your WBS element. WBS element is one of the master data used for your projects. WBS elements is one of the master data used for your project. Okay. So about WBS elements we are going to discuss in detail in the next 5 minutes. So planning and action is recorded and aggregated at this WBS element. As we have discussed, this is one of the master data. The total data in SAP we can classify into 3 types. One is master data, another one is transaction data, another one is analytical data. Right? Example for master data is this one, WBS element. By using WBS element, you post the transactions, then that will become transaction data. After that, so we are going to analyze this data in a different ways. That will become analytical data. So project definition is not an account assignment object. So no postings can be done to project. At project level we are not doing anything. By WBS level only we are posting. We are updating the data. We are updating the information by using this WBS element level. So project definition. Whenever we are defining the project, the numbering is coming. So each project is having some numbering. How to determine the project numbering and code. And we are maintaining some settings by using your project profile. And which field is required, which field is optional is also determined by your project definition. So is the responsibilities, what is the starting date, ending date, what is the organizational data we are using. So all this information includes at project definition level. When it comes to numbering, project numbering can be according to business requirements. Following is example of project numbering. So following is an example. So started from GS here. Project type, they are given these numbers, and can be identified to indicate few objects like year, zero, etc. according to business requirement. At the end, you can enter WBS structure. So this is about project numbering. Right? Project profile. The project definition contains this project profile. So project profile is the important profile for WBS work breakdown structure. It contains the default values and control data for the project. Default values means so some information we are maintaining a project profile which will be passed on to the individual WBS elements. Right? So this is about project profile. So project profile is divided into four sections. One is the control data, organization data, planning data, and again controlling data. There are four different options. Control data tab, organization data tab, planning data tab, dates tab, and control. So this control data tab is having field key. Field key is nothing but which field is required, which field is optional, determined by your field key. So simulation project profile is also there. At the end we are going to do one simulation project. We will see. Status profile. What is the status of this project? Is determined by your status. Under organizations, what under which controlling area we are linking, under which company code we are defining this project, under which business area we are defining project. Under controlling parameters, what is your planning profile, what is your budget profile, what is your settlement profile. Slowly we are going to create all these things. So under project profile, right? Under planning, board dates, WBS scheduling, starting date and ending date, planning board profile, hierarchy topics. All these are important fields which is available in your project profile. Right? Software here is above the project definition, investment management we will see later. So what I will do is, first we are going to maintain some characters for your project in our SAP system. You can go to the file. We are defining some characters for your project. Go to the PS module, project system. Structures, operator structures, work breakdown structure, project coding task, define special characters for your project. Okay. So you can click on this one. T code is also there. You can activate the IMG activity, additional information, display key, IMG activity. If you activate this IMG activity, the right side T codes will appear. Last four digits are your T codes. Here OPSK. T code is OPSK. Last four digits are your T code. T code is the transaction code shortcut we have accessing different screens. Any doubt? Finish.
No, I don't.
Define special characters for your project is the first step. In this configuration setting, what we are doing is so the length of the project, numbering, so length of the key for your project coding. So maximum is 5-digit number. So mandatory that length of the project coding, right? Whether all five must be filled or not is determined by your project code. So special characters are allowed for entering your WBS. Special characters are allowed for entering WBS. We are just discussing what is this defined special characters. So each and every field we are going to discuss. So some numbering is there, you can observe. Not doing anything, trying to explain. What is this number? First one is PS. Right? So this is length of the key for coding of the project definition and WBS element. So possible entries is present it was given as 1, but maximum we can give 5. Right? So you must set this one before we are giving project name. What is the length of your project? The definition. So click on F4. So you will find maximum is 5. 1 to 5 is there, you can observe. If you are giving 5 years compulsory, your project number should be 5-digit name. Right? Project definition and WBS element. Coding for WBS element and project definition is determined by these numbers only. So presently 1 is there, so you can use 1 also as you wish. Yes, yes. Either you can give 5 also, 2 also, 3 also. So this determines the length of the key for coding the project definition and also WBS elements. Another one is there. Next one is SL. So this is the key used to specify project coding and a WBS element must have the same length as it is defined. If you select this tick mark, then the project key and WBS element to name also the same length. So you can leave it blank if you don't want to maintain the same length. Without selection also you can. If you don't select, what happens? So the project definition may be 1 digit, but WBS segment may be a different. Need not to be the same. If you select this one, so whatever the project definition length is there, same length name you have to enter. You can keep as it is. Next one. Another option is there. ET. So some different option. At the rate it is there. By default it is there at the rate. So it is to help the entering the WBS element in the work breakdown structure. This special key is defined. So if you enter here a new WBS under WBS element, it is enough to enter the new number. If you say new number is 30, then WBS, the system will maintain the number with all your prefixes and the number 30. Before 30, it will NA, at the rate will come. At the rate will come. So this is used as a prefix to your WBS element. Then another one is there, SP. It is in suppressed mode, you can't change also. So these are special characters used to limit the segments in the coding. This is backslash is to limit the character between the segments. One segment to another segment, one this backslash will come. So another option. See here edit is there. The remaining all are whatever you want to use you can use. So there are many options are there. So at the time of defining the characters in the WBS element segments for each segment any sign you can use to differentiate between one segment to another segment. So there is one other option is there edit. If you select this one, what happens? It will allow only the coded project numbers within the project system. It will allow only the coded project number within the project system. You can select this tick mark, no problem. Another one. So this field is used for automatic numbering assignment. So you can keep it blank also, no problem. This is used for automatic numbering assignment. So we are keeping it blank. Presently end is there, you can keep it blank. Then save. So there are special characters in your project numbering. Where we are using which uh, special character we are using is determined by this step. In this step what we are doing is we are specifying the special characteristics for your numbering of your project. So this is how we have to configure. Next one. Another step is there. Define project coding task. So in this what we are doing is in this configuration setting enables you to create the masks for editing the project number. It will create a mask for editing the project number. The project coding mask is helpful to simplify the complex project numbers. It is also used to indicate the position of the WBS elements. It will simplify the project number and it is also used to indicate the position of your WBS element. Like this, some project IDs are right? So different numbering order. Right? So this is the numbering by dot dot 00 points in company division A, points in company division B. These are different options. So as per your requirement, you can use any. Right? This is project coding mask. So if you want to maintain a new fields, you can go for new entries and you can maintain your own field. Right? Presently, all these are existing in your SAP system. You can also give your own number. So if you are giving your own number, so different options are. This is a project ID. So this is length of the key for coding the project. Project ID determines length of the key. Earlier is also one digit we have given, so you can keep as it is. Here we are guys. That is the reason. Earlier one digit is there. Here either alphabets or numerics. So it will allow only one only. That is the reason. So A, B, C, D only one is there. Next one, coding marks. So defining the coding marks for your project definition. Here 0 is only numeric characters and X is alphanumeric. 0 represents numeric characters, X is alphanumeric. Right? So we can give like this coding marks. And a description, any description, we are maintaining the coding marks for your description, and at the end some different things are there. One is, so if this first one LCK and LKS, right? So LCK, if you select this tick mark box, it will not enable the new request for your WBS element. Locked, this is lock option. It will not enable the new request for WBS element. The project definition or appropriation request to be created with this master code. Another one, LKS. So tick in this check mark will not allow creating the coding mask for standard project or WBS elements. This is for coding. This is for WBS element. Creation itself it will lock. WBS element project definition it will not allow you. So if you select this one, it is only the coding. It will not allow you to create a coding mask. Select this one, it will not allow you to create a project WBS segment. Select this one, it will not allow you to create a coding mask. Right? So as per your client requirement, you can use anything. So already A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L is also good. I will use N is this. Go for new entries, you can give some N. Whatever the not available, you can use that one. You can give some N. Right? So coding mask also you can use some number here. Anything you can use. I'm using dash. You can use any with these characters, special characters. In the previous step we have discussed. 4 means here whatever how many zeros you are entering, you can enter. So these are zeros are numerics. Zeros are numerics. X is alphanumeric. There are segments. For each segment you can use differentiation like this. So you can use something whatever. Then say right? N is already there. Give some different number which is not there. Is not two is not. Editing mode still exists. Right? The same coding mask. If this is the same coding mask is existing, that is not allowed. That is the reason it is not allowed. Because they enter same coding mask, it is not allowed. You can use a different coding mask without entering the same as it is. There are many types are there here. So why it is not entering it? So it is using it same coding mask. So the same coding mask it is using. That is the reason not allowed. Just we are trying to give, but we will use SAP standard. Still exists. The same number still exists. It is not allowed. So you can use SAP standard, no problem. We are just discussing what is available, right? So the same you can use. We are not doing anything. No need to do also. So any of these coding masks we can use. If the same type of coding mask is there, the system will not allow you to define the new coding mask. So we can use the SAP standard coding mask. Which are doing trial and error, we can do this. Now in the next step, we are going to define status profile. Right? We are going to define status profile. So in the project system, structures, operative structures, work breakdown structures, so WBS user status, create a status profile. So the status profile along with selection profile will be used to restrict the processing of transactions for a particular status of the order or WBS element. The status profile along with selection profile will be used to restrict the processing of the transaction for particular status of the order or WBS element. The user status contains various status in an order of sequence. Accordingly, it can be activated. So different status profiles are. If you want to create a new status profile, you can create. So any name you can give it. So you can give some text here. And what is the language you want to maintain, you can do. Which is not existing, you can give any name. Something. We are going for new entry. Click on create button, this new entry. Status profile, I will give you something, any name. Investment. Okay. Maintain the text. Okay. No investment. Status profile. Language is EN English. No investment status profile. Initially we are learning without investment. No investment status profile. Click on continue. Then save. Click on continue. Then save. You can double click on the status profile. Double click on the status profile, you will find many options. Double click on the status profile, you will find many options. So what is these options we are going to discuss? One is the status number. First one is status number. You can give 1, 2, 3 for anything. Sequence of that status. So the status is status name. It can be alphanumeric with 4-digit character ID. Status 1 is created. Description. You can give some description for that. Okay. So this is initial status. This indicates if you select this check mark, so status as initial. So if the project is created, then it will be having an initial status. Any status, you can call it as an initial status. So another option is the lowest. So this is used to assign the status in the order. Example, assume status A has a status number 8 and the lowest number is 1. So the status B has status number 2 and the lowest number is 2. Once the status B was active for the project, only status with number 2 or higher may be activated, even if the status A is currently active. Next one, highest. This is similar to lowest number, this is the highest from number highest. If the status A has the status number 1, then the highest number is 8. So like this, different numbers we can maintain here. So it depends on the status. So here I am maintaining some numbers, after that you will come to know. Assume status 1 is project created. So we are creating a different status here. With the project created, which status you want to display. You can give anything, 4-digit character ID which may be numeric or alphanumeric. We are giving some PC or E. Give the description. Project created. Okay. So lowest is 1, highest is 8. We are going to create 8 different status. Next one is 2. Project planning. PPLN. Project planning. Right? If it is the initial status, then you can select first status is initial always. Give this is also 1 to 8, all are 1 to 8. Give 3. Budgeting. Project. Budget approval. The status is your budget approval. Right? Next one. Project execution. Any name or number you can do. Project execution. We are executing the project. Next one. 5. Project delay. Project is delayed, then you can call it as the status is project delay. Next one. Project release. You can give any name. PRENPL. Project release. Next one. Project technically completed. Project technically completed. Shortcut we call it as a TECO. TECO means technically completed. Next one. PCLD. Finally, project is completed. Like this, the different status we can define for your project. So this lowest and highest is for all the things depends on if the project execution is fourth status. Then here also fourth will come automatically. So this is, if you click on enter, automatically the positions and priorities will come like one. Then you can see. Then, so this is how you can define. So for this also you want to maintain object types. Click on object type to select the objects to which it should be applicable. There is one option here. Click on object types. There are different object types available. So presently we will select it. So this status to which it will be applicable. There are many object types at SAP standard. So out of this investment program, you go to investment page down, investment program I am selecting. Again you can go to page down. I will select network activity also. Network activity also. Network header also. Network header role. The status profile whatever we have created, I want to apply for these object types. Those object types are investment program, network activity, network header, role. Like this, different options were selected. Different objects were selected. So again page down. Project definition. Project definition also. Again we need WBS element also. WBS element also. These are all objects SAP has given. Whatever we are creating, the profile, status profile, we want to apply to these objects. We want to apply to these objects. We are selecting WBS elements also, project definition, network profile. All these things we have selected. Then click on save. Click on save. Data was saved. Data was saved. All these are there. Now you go there. This is your status profile and just to show you the IMB, right? IMB, your status profile. Double click here. Click on this status page. Click on this status page. Project is completed or closed. Project is closed. There are different options. Status profile is having field status. To go for click on create. Here there are many fields are there. Out of this, so which field you want to maintain as a required field? Which field you want to maintain as a required field? There are many options are there. Out of this, you can select it. Different options here. Automatic WIP or result analysis. At the stage of completed, no need to go for result analysis. So you can select it. Forbidden or no action is also there, no problem. Automatic deletion. Availability control also you can select. Availability control also you can select. The remaining you can keep as the remaining we are keeping as this. Only these three: automatic work in progress calculation, automatic deletion, the availability control. We are restricting at the status of project closed or completed, like this. So instead of completed, you can say it as a closed. So it is also work as a status, field status. What actions we need to perform. Right? So many options are there. Few things are. If you select warning, if you are doing this one, it will be warning. It will allow, it will not allow. Like this, different options are. As per your client requirement, you can select. Right? This is about status profile. Right? So up to now, we have defined status profile only. So in today's session, I am stopping.